Hello, everyone. I'm Frank Jernigan, also known as Phrancko, and I run the website Phrancko.com, and I'm the developer of the Phrancko seamless, what do we call it? Phrancko sweater. Phrancko
Set in sleeve.
seamless set-in sleeve sweater. And this is our weekly meeting, which we invite everyone to come to. You don't have to be knitting a Phrancko sweater, but if you're interested in doing that, we're happy to help. Um, the meeting is every Saturday at 2:30, and you can find the link on the website Phrancko.com, which is spelled as you see before me in the picture. With that, let's greet everyone. Hi, Nick.
Hi, Frank. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Susan.
Hello.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Sung.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Sergio.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Maggie.
Hi, everyone.
So nice to see you all again.
You too.
Yeah.
Sorry I had to miss last week, but I'm happy to be back and everything is fine.
Yeah.
That's good.
So how have you all been?
Good.
Gardening all the time. We finally got good weather, so a lot of time outside and not very much knitting.
Oh, good. I mean,
Where are you, Cindy? Cindy, where are you?
I'm up by Seattle in Washington.
It's north, no?
So Pacific Northwest, yes, Northwest.
What's the weather like around there?
It'll be 80 today, but that's really warm for us. It gets down to about 45 or 50 at night.
Oh, it's
So
okay.
and it's rainy
gets
and
cool.
foggy almost all the time.
It usually is. We
That's
have
the
a
reputation
lot
of that part of the
of
country.
really tall evergreen trees, and it's usually cool and not hard rain. Usually just kind of like you can be out in it and you don't get very wet because it's just like it's misty all the time.
It's lovely. I love it.
It is really nice. I like that it's very green and I like that, things grow really well here. But sometimes, particularly like June, it's like I just want it to be sunny and it is. And so I've just been out in the garden all the time. So, and all the vegetables are doing good. I'm happy to report all my tomatoes came up. My onions did good. The peas are blossoming. It's like, which is a
Nice.
big thing for us to get there. It's fun.
Yeah.
Hi, Sumner.
Hi.
Hi, Sumner.
Hi,
Hello.
Sumner. Hi, Sandra.
Sandra.
Hi, Rendell.
Rendell.
Hey, can someone change our name?
I'm trying.
Can you guys tell me how you edit your name on here? I did some kind of update and now it has my other name.
I'm sorry, who
I'm
is speaking?
Maggie.
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 Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. I
well,
don't
I
I
can
don't know how
change
you
it,
do
but
it.
just for this meeting, I don't know how to change it permanently.
Yeah, I wonder how you do it for everything.
In video.
Well, I don't know because I'm iPad Susan.
I did it one time before, but I don't see it anymore now since I did this update thing.
Okay,
Oh,
while I'm
I
on
had
it,
one of the
I'm going to
grandkids fix it
update.
for me.
Susan, do you want your full name, Susan McBride, or just Susan?
Yeah, or I could just say iPad update.
Oh, thank you,
Right,
Frank.
I've worked it out. Have you got participants in the bottom bar? In the bottom bar,
Yes.
do you have?
Yeah.
Okay, click on participants, then click on your
Oh,
own
I see.
name,
Okay.
and it says more.
Okay.
And the
Oh,
drop-down
okay.
menu
Oh,
says
rename.
rename.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay.
that's all right. You're welcome.
Good.
Oh, now everybody can do it for themselves.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Thank
Well,
you.
hello, Ron. You're
Okay.
muted, but hi.
Yeah.
So I think we've
Hi, Ron.
greeted everyone now. I heard a discussion about weather before we started recording, and then we had a little more about weather in Washington with Cindy. How's it with the rest of you all?
Hot.
Hot.
We should have planted rice instead of grass.
Rice. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so you're getting a lot of rain, huh?
Unbelievable amounts of rain.
Rice is grass, isn't it?
It is, and it would go great with the fish in my yard.
And how is it in Spain? How's the weather?
In the south of Spain, it's really hot. Now, almost midnight, and I guess it's around 30, it's like 86.
Oh,
my
oh, so
gosh.
it's warmer than here at midnight. Oh, funny.
Oh boy.
Like summer. Always.
Well,
Ron understands those temperatures.
we have a lot of tornadic weather here.
Oh.
Yeah. So not good.
Yeah.
I've just seen a movie about tornadoes and huge storms right now, a moment ago.
Oh.
Here we have the tornadoes in Spain.
Oh.
Come here, come to Oklahoma, you'll have as much as you want.
What do you do? Do you have a storm cellar or something that you go to? How do you handle it when it's coming?
We have a in-ground storm cellar in our garage that'll help, like, it says 8 or 10 people in the crunch, like they've gotten 25 people in there. It depends on the weather.
Oh, wow.
I'll turn it away. We were involved, there was a large tornado that came through about 10 years ago that, I forgot what year it is. Anyway, it wiped out a lot of our town or community, and on the street, one of our neighbors was out, I guess, watching the weather, and this family drove up in a minivan, you know, like a husband, wife, and a couple of kids, and all the sirens were going off, and they just took them right in and put them right in their cellar in the garage, you know, and it was one that actually hit. It hit, we have a high school on the other side of us directly, and it hit the high school. They didn't.
Oh, that's really close.
It's very scary.
Community mindset of everybody come in. Well, everybody takes care of everybody.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
We have one. Ours is not in our garage. Ours is right outside our door. And it will
In ground.
in ground, you know, with the big head.
Yeah.
But it will fit as many people who can get into it because and we don't leave them locked or we don't lock them. So if you're not home, anyone can come and get in it. And I think that's just the community aspect of it, just the culture is that if it's external, people just get in.
And all the fire departments have a listing of every home with a cellar so that they can go through and find you, make an accounting of you, which they have to do.
Yeah, the goal is to save lives, and when you're having weather like that, I don't think anybody thinks about anything but saving lives.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we don't think about that up in the Northeast like that.
I think the community has gone through so many, like at least every 20 years, there's kind of a devastating tornado. We have intermittent tornado damage. I mean, we've had a lot this last few years in surrounding communities, but it's just a whole mindset. It's called being weather aware.
Yes.
Offices close down early, schools let out early. Everybody tries to get home precautionary because we had one storm that was so large, people were leaving and everyone was stuck in traffic when the tornado, that. So the community as a whole is very supportive of everything shuts down and people go get into shelter.
Well, that is very good to hear.
It is. It's I don't know if it's unique, but it's
unique.
Unfortunately, it's a great unifier in our community.
Yeah, we live in Tornado Alley.
Yeah.
So
I have some friends who live in our surrounding Oklahoma City, and they'll say, "Oh, we're not moving to Moore because that's where the tornadoes come."
Everywhere.
I have a friend who lives in Western Tennessee, and they get a lot of tornadoes.
Okay. But we can lay in bed and we can hear the sirens and we know if the tornadoes are going east, north, south, or west of us. Just by where, your ears pick up what direction the sirens are coming from. And if it is north of us, we don't bother with it. If it's east, we don't bother. But if it's west, we really get up quick. And if it's north, look at the TV.
And I live north, I live east. So we said, oh, that's west. It's okay. It's about 10 miles west. We don't move.
It came within 3 miles. We're good.
You learn.
Yeah. It's better than an earthquake, I think.
And we've had them all living.
Well, you don't know when you're getting an earthquake. We can at least see the weather coming, right?
Well, the earthquakes are in California, don't they?
A typical earthquake does much less damage than a typical tornado.
Yeah.
The earthquake would have to be significant to cause as much damage as a little tornado.
Yeah.
The most our general earthquake response is, did you feel that?
Right. Was that an earthquake?
Was that an earthquake, or is it my essential tremor? No.
And we say the same thing. Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah. Just lost some roofs. That's okay.
Yes.
I don't know if it hit the news in America, but did you see the landslide in Switzerland?
I heard about
It was an avalanche.
Yes,
Completely
awful.
took out the whole town of
Yeah.
about
Yes, I
300
did see
people.
about that.
But luckily,
I saw
the early warning system got everyone out about 3 days before it happened.
Yeah.
But the whole village had gone. It's amazing.
Nick, these days, it happened these days, Nick?
About 4 days ago.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, about 4 days ago. The
Yeah,
whole
I saw
village
that.
got
The whole
taken out.
town. The whole town gone. And
And
everybody lived.
I
Wasn't
felt
there
so
one-
sorry because they had aerial shot of the town that had gone, and you could see about 4 or 5 houses on the outside of the, where people thought, oh,
It froze.
Oh, you froze. But you're very
you
cute
can't hear me.
frozen.
You froze briefly, Nick.
Yeah, I realized that. I said there was an aerial shot and there were about 4 houses that were missed on the avalanche. And I expect the owners were thinking, oh, that's great. But then the blockage of the avalanche built the river up, and now they've got big flooding in the area. So the people whose houses got missed got flooded anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I tried to watch in the news. I haven't.
yeah, it was all over the news.
You're wearing your sweater, Nick. Is that?
I am. It was a bit cold and wet this afternoon, so I thought, I'm getting a bit chilly in a t-shirt, so I put my sweater on.
Well, I'm going to spotlight you so you can stand up and show.
Thank you very much.
Can you stand up?
I shall try.
That looks great.
Let's do that.
Wow.
So it looks,
Yeah.
it worked out
I
well.
just love how always the shoulders just like fit so perfectly and everything. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and the sleeves fit really well, don't they?
Yeah,
I was really pleased with that. Yeah, so it's good. And I'm not really keen on too much variation in a yarn, but this was a semi-solid, and I quite like it.
Oh, I think it looks
Beautiful.
really nice.
Yeah, it looks great.
Now
Yeah,
that's nice, a nice amount.
yeah. Thank you very much.
It's a nice color.
Interesting.
Nice color.
It's one unique thing about Phrancko sweaters. The way that he does the set-in sleeve. When you lift the arm, it doesn't pull up the sweater.
No.
I have no idea how that works, but I really like it.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah. That's pretty cool, Frank.
Well, it will pull up the sweater if the armhole is too deep. And I still struggle sometimes with making sure the pattern is doing it the best optimal amount.
While
Yeah, I
we're
have
talking
good luck.
about while we're talking about armholes, can I ask a question?
Sure.
For a drop down sweater, and I'm talking about my Fair Isle sweater that I'm knitting. So I've come to the part that I'm just about to divide or I'm just about to start the steeks for the arms. But I'm unsure how close this has to be to my armpit for where I'm just wondering how deep is a sleeve for a satin sweater? Is there a general rule? Does it come down a little bit further than a normal sweater?
No,
Or a
it
satin
comes down
sleeve?
less than a normal sweater, I think.
Maybe, are you wearing something underneath it? Is it an over, something on top of another garment?
Well, I will be because it's Shetland wool, but I've come
Uh-huh.
to the point that I'm just about to start the steek. And where my row gauge is off compared to the pattern, I've had to do more repeats of the motifs, but I don't know quite how many I should do in order to make it, I'd like to get it right because I don't want it to be too short.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just wondering if there was a guide for the depth from your armpit where a set-in sleeve actually should kind of begin or drop down to. I didn't know if anyone knew it would be 2 inches or whatever.
So
I'd
Nick,
refer to
is
the
this a
schematic.
Fair Isle? Yeah, but
It's an old Fair Isle pattern, so there's no schematic.
So is it a drop shoulder?
Yes, it's a typical.
There it is.
It's a
So it's
typical
not a
Fair Isle
set-in
that you
shoulder,
knit in
it's a drop shoulder.
It's a drop shoulder, so you knit the tube.
Oh,
Okay.
You put steeks in for the arms and the neck, and then
Okay.
you've got to cut them open. But I'm at that stage that I'm just about to start the steek,
oh,
and it feels about the right length for under the arm. But then I wondered if it should be, if it would drop a bit more than a standard shoulder.
It just
A set-in slit. Sorry.
Roxanne Richardson
Top
just spoke
bicep.
of this issue.
Oh.
And
So
Sorry,
Tom,
Ron?
what were you saying?
go ahead, Ron.
so I think it's just typically half the bicep plus ease if you want the arm a bit armier.
Yeah, but that's it. I've got no control over that at the moment. It's how much where I begin the steeks is the question.
Right.
And do I begin the steeks an inch below the armpit or 2 inches below or right on it? And I'm kind of wondering exactly if it was a steeked drop shoulder jumper, where the beginning of the arm starts.
Some of it has
body.
to do with how old your pattern is. So some of that is stylistic based on what's a common style for the decade the pattern was written.
Okay.
So Roxanne Richardson speaks of that in her Technique Tuesday library series.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that this past Tuesday.
I'm back again.
Okay, so if you saw it this past Tuesday, Roxanne Richardson
spoke
of it in where she discusses her book library.
Okay.
So based on the decade the pattern's written, it would be more common or not to have a bigger sleeve than not. So how old is your pattern?
I don't know, but I suppose I could also measure the width of this. I could measure the circumference of the sleeve and then see where it would actually fall on my body.
That would be the
judge
best.
it by that. Yeah,
And
that's a
then
good idea.
look at
Actually,
the schematic
I never even
on the
gave that a
back.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no schematic, but there is the pattern. So
I see.
I've got the pattern for the arm. I can't remember how many stitches. I couldn't.
And where's my little library?
Right.
I keep freezing today, but
Didn't say it was chilly.
Nick, what's the weather like in the UK? You're in the south, no? Aren't you?
Yeah, we've had storms today and rain and wind and rain and wind and thunderstorms and that sort of thing. But the British are obsessed with the weather. We talk about it all the time, all the time. On the radio, we have a weather forecast every hour. You know, all the time.
So, Nick, do you happen to have that book in your library?
Yes, I do. I've got that.
Alice Starmore. There's some
Yeah.
schematics in the back that will
right,
actually
okay.
discuss the sleeves.
I will have a look at that. Thank you very much, Sumner.
Yeah. Because these are all drop shoulders, but based on, again, their older patterns.
Yeah, she's got schematics in there, she?
Yeah, and you'll be able to see the measurements of where to put your sleeve.
That's exactly what I wanted. Yeah,
I
that's
was
great.
just
Thank you very
looking at
much.
that by chance, like
Yeah.
One night last week. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much.
It's a wonderful book. I like
It's a good book.
it.
So I have a question. How many of you are going to go to the Knit in Public in your area? That's it?
I don't know what day it is.
It's next
Saturday.
Tuesday. Next
Oh, I thought-
Saturday, sorry. Second Saturday of June.
Oh, I'm at the knitting group that will be in public.
I'm wondering if this Zoom meeting is still going to be going on.
Yeah, we'll be knitting in public on Zoom.
Oh.
I'll be working.
Oh, okay.
Because it's almost 6:00 p.m. here.
Oh,
yeah.
So, and this is my busy season. I'm been crazy busy. I barely had any time to knit at all this week.
Well, that's
Tragic.
sad, but being busy when you work is kind of good.
Yeah. It's nice that they pay me.
In public Monday through Friday in my office. People walk by.
Oh.
Sometimes Tim and I pack up little goodies and take them to wherever there's an event, but I haven't actually seen it publicized this year. Generally, the Knitting Guild does something.
Oh.
They used to go out to one of the shopping centers here, but then they realized it was June and 100 degrees. Last time it was at one of the libraries, I think, but I haven't heard anything. Otherwise, I'll be at the yarn shop.
Okay. And that's public.
It's open to the public.
I liked your newsletter, Ron.
Oh, go ahead.
As long as it
Got a
doesn't.
lot going on.
And I love Lion Brand yarn. I do.
Yeah, it's been kind of everyone industry wide, at least in my retail end of it, kind of trying to fill the gap that Joanne closing left.
Yeah.
Have you had a pickup in that kind of in those purchases or more clients?
We certainly had a pickup in inquiries about that kind of purchase, but up until just this last week or so, we really didn't have anything. We didn't stock that sort of thing. So at H&H, we picked up. We had a Lion Brand account existing, but we reopened and ordered a lot of stuff, which is just like sitting in boxes waiting for us to get to, and then people see the boxes and their little antenna goes off. And they're like, oh, and they go, what is this? Is this for sale? Yes, you can buy that. That's yes. So I don't know. The easiest way to move it might be to leave it into the boxes so you feel like you're getting into something you're not supposed to.
Yeah, just use a magic marker and put the price on the outside of the box and pick through it.
Yeah.
So that has until this point been a fairly successful merchandising tactic. Just leave it in a box like the shipment just came in, and people will rummage.
That's fun. I think Will used to work at Lion Brand in New York.
No.
I think I'd have to ask him. I know he's not here, but I think he used to work there.
I remember their little retail shop. It closed, I think, 7 or 8 years ago.
So Frank, I'm loving my sweater, but where I didn't do the swatch to create my own custom pattern. I'm just kind of making the extra large hoodie, so it's
Okay.
nice and baggy.
Okay.
I'm finding that alpaca is knitting shorter, but I know it grows, so I'm not that worried about it. So
Yeah, alpaca can stretch. Are you doing anything to
alpaca
keep it
stretches.
stretching?
So here's where I am on the sweater.
Since you didn't swatch, you're living dangerously, is what you're
Oh,
telling
I
me.
swatched. I swatched. I'm getting the swatch for the pattern, but it's not custom made to size.
Oh,
that I'm
okay.
doing.
All right.
Oh.
Okay.
Right.
okay.
It's his pattern that was printed in the June, like with the hoodie.
So you're matching the stitch gauge, you're not necessarily matching the row gauge.
Right. So the stitch gauge matches great,
Okay.
and this fits. It's so comfortable and squishy. I love it.
Oh, that's good. That's
And
great.
then there's where the hood comes across, Frank.
Yay!
Uh-huh.
Right. So we're gonna be able to put that hood on really nice, and feed through a drawstring, you know.
Uh-huh.
So I'll have a drawstring on my hoodie, which will be fun. But yeah, I'm finding that the alpaca is knitting less rows, but it's gonna grow, so I'm not that worried about it, and I think it'll be fit enough to be comfortable. But there it is, it's coming. It's like well on its way, and
that's great.
It's
Very good.
soft
Very good.
like butter. This yarn, I just love it.
Is it 100% alpaca?
100% alpaca. It'll stretch.
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
stretch.
that will stretch.
Yeah,
then,
it'll stretch. It'll grow. And I didn't put anything else with it. So I got some mohair so that I can, with another sweater I'm going to do of yours. So I'm going to hold the mohair with the
Alpaca?
Ceausescu.
I don't think it's not called Ceausescu.
It's Chescu something. Not Ceausescu.
It's not Ceausescu. I don't think you sell much yarn calling it Ceausescu.
What's that yarn, Ron? That Chescu? Chuscu.
It goes with the other yarns called Hitler and Pol Pot.
Yeah. It's Chuscu yarn that I have the mohair that I'm gonna do a swatch. And Nick, I got the gray and the gray, so we'll see how that comes out.
Oh yeah. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun.
Is there a doily update?
No, Nick, why did you have to say that? I've been procrastinating. And now everyone knows I've been procrastinating.
Oh,
We know you got the starch.
I do. And it's sitting right here. It looks at me every day. I have it right here on my desk, so I see it.
You got a ball
I just have to do it.
It's going to do no good sat in the
I'll sit it
bottle.
closer. It was a little to the back of the desk. I'll put it right closer now.
Too busy gardening. That's your problem.
I have little carrot tops coming up. I'm so excited.
I have carrots, actually. This is the first time that I've had carrots in ages, because usually ours, it's so cold, they don't come up because they're so slow. But I actually have little carrots. They're little bitty carrots.
Yeah, we get little teeny little carrot tops.
They're so tasty when they're real little right out of the garden.
They are good when they're little like that.
Yeah.
They're so sweet, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited about it. And I got peas, Cindy.
Wow. Good for you. Good for you. My peas are blooming.
Nothing like fresh English peas, I have to tell you.
Oh, I love those. I love them.
Love English peas.
I like
I don't think
It's
I don't
in
think
the
we have English peas in England. They're
Garden
not called
peas.
English peas. Oh, garden
just
peas.
just regular garden peas, regular
In
the little
England, they're
green
just called
peas.
peas.
Yeah, in England they just call peas.
So what's a pigeon pea? Is that separate from a regular pea?
It's a different kind. It's a different. I'm not even sure that a pigeon pea isn't actually a bean,
Oh,
but
Pea's
it's
a
a
bean.
different. It's is it a bean?
A pea's a bean.
Yeah, pea is a
Well,
bean.
but I know, but there's peas and then there's bean. Okay, now I've got to look it up, but I've got to finish my row. Okay, because I'm counting.
And-
But I was saying, like in Joy of Cooking, they have the what do they call it? Pottage Saint Germain,
Oh,
and
I
it's
love
a
that.
fresh pea soup. It
Yeah.
is so delicious, and so when we get the first peas, that's what I make.
Mm.
And I've got a little immersion blender, and I just blend it, and it's like it is so good.
Yeah, it's a fresh pea soup.
And it is. It just tastes so fresh and lovely.
You put a little mint in there too, is lovely.
It does.
Oh
The
my
recipe calls
goodness.
for it.
Yeah.
Driven down up and down California, there's a series of restaurants called Anderson's
oh yeah.
that is known for their pea soup.
Oh, yummy.
I love pea soup.
Yeah, me too.
I like it too.
And
Yeah.
and being a Frenchie, we do the French Canadian, we do a lot of smoked ham in the pea soup.
That's what
But when you
Mhm.
make it from dried peas, right?
Yeah.
Not
I
fresh peas. Fresh pea soup you put
Right.
mint in, but the dried
Fresh
peas.
put in enough black pepper to ruin it for others.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh, now for mine, I do a fresh ground pepper, but I do a pepper melange that has allspice in it, as well as black, green, pink, and white peppercorns. It's so
that's
good. I
fun.
like the allspice with the
I
fresh
grind up
peas.
pepper with I just use black pepper, but I put a few allspice berries in when I grind pepper.
I love with allspice berries.
Also juniper berries with the
Yeah.
allspice and black pepper really around on some roasted meat. Yum.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm so hungry.
We make, Cindy, a pate called creton, and the secret kind of ingredient is allspice.
Oh wow,
It's
that's
a
nice.
very simple, like country pate. It's
Yeah.
just pork
Mhm.
and pork fat, and then more fat.
Yes. To do pate, it's like it's mostly fat or butter or both.
Yeah, or both. They want it down, put butter in. But yeah, they use allspice. Yeah, very simple: cloves, allspice, and pepper, and salt.
Well, if we keep going,
Oh,
I'm
that
going to have to
sounds
rename
good.
the meeting the Phrancko Cooking Meeting. So
Sorry.
it's not a problem. We can discuss anything you want to discuss. But I want to show you my
Okay.
finished sweater.
Oh, good.
Oh yes, we got to see that.
Yes. That's gorgeous.
Oh,
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 wow.
Lovely.
Very nice.
I love
What a
it.
big
very nice. Yeah,
Wow.
great.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
that's
used
great.
red at the neckline. Also, I thought that was an interesting choice.
yes.
And my husband says he thinks it's the most beautiful sweater I've ever made, which is
oh.
really
I
something.
think it is too. I think it is too, Frank. I love the colors, but when you first showed us, I thought, I don't know how that's going to look.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
Those are really strange colors. I don't know how that's going to work out. But it is. It's gorgeous. It's
Yes,
just gorgeous. So striking.
It's really gorgeous. Yes, it is.
I think it's clever that you didn't. I think it would have been tempting to use the same red on the cuffs that you did on the color, and you haven't done that. And I think that's quite genius because I don't think it would have looked right. It wouldn't have looked right with red
I
cuffs.
thought it would be too cutesy.
Yeah, that would just be, yeah. It's more sophisticated the way it is.
Well, I'm glad my taste is agreeable to others.
It has both colors in it. And that's what I think is very vibrant.
I'm real impressed with the colors.
But I like what you have on too.
Oh,
I like,
thank
yeah,
you.
the sweater you have on is very nice.
Yeah, well, this one was a year in the making, wasn't it? I mean, we worked
Because
on this
this is
yoke
the
pattern for
this
so
one's the
long.
yoke, right? This one's the yoke.
Yes, this is the yoke pattern.
Yeah.
And I think we wore Judith out over knitting yokes.
Yeah.
Judith still watches the videos every week, she says.
She
but,
Oh, well,
does.
hi, Judith. We
um,
miss you.
She does.
Wonderful.
Could
so
you
hello, Judith. If you see this, we love you.
Frank, would you do a close up on the one that you have on? It's very pretty.
Oh, sure.
And Rendo, you take a special look at the sleeve cap there, the saddle.
Yeah, that's
It-
real special.
Yeah, that is, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, you gotta give us a profile view, like a side view, because of that sleeve cap. There you go.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
isn't that
Sleeve cap is
lovely?
Isn't that something?
I wouldn't be able
Mhm.
Yeah, that really elevates it
to.
from just a normal,
Oh yes.
Very nice.
You're definitely runway materials, right? Yeah.
yeah, I'm ready for the catwalk.
Well, I'm waiting for somebody to offer me the thousands of dollars for the sweater that it's worth.
Yeah.
It's kind
So far, I haven't gotten that offer.
Yeah, now,
of-
So last week I missed the meeting, but I was at the Flagstaff Wool Festival. And
Oh, fun.
I
highlighter, highlighter.
figure out how to there. Okay, so Maggie had told me to make sure to look for a dyer whose name was Mercy and her yarn brand was Vortex. And I found her really quickly and bought this incredible deep brown tonal. I got 4 skeins so that because I didn't have a pattern in mind and I knew I wanted to make some kind of a sweater. I figured that if I wanted to do cables or something, I'd need 4 skeins. So I'm really excited about this.
That's pretty.
Gorgeous.
That's what I'm going to do. And
Is that worsted or DK?
it's a
What is that?
DK weight,
Uh-huh.
and it's 85% merino, 15% silk.
Ooh.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, and then she had this other color, and I couldn't really decide between the 2 colors. But my daughter and son-in-law were with me, and they said to go with this. That's the sweater that would be the heirloom sweater. But I still bought a skein of this just because I wanted it.
Well, I think that's
lovely.
beautiful.
yeah,
And I think
Beautiful.
very nice.
I think the colors go well together. Maybe you
They
should do
do,
some
actually.
accent
And then-
stripes or something.
I could, but then I
It's like
this was a one-off because this was hand spun, hand dyed, way too expensive to do anything more than get 1 skein.
Oh,
It could make a nice little pattern in a yoke or,
Mhm.
you know,
oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
And it turns out that it kind of goes with them. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does.
does.
yes.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
so yeah, I had a good time.
An
My
expensive
daughter had a
time.
good time. But she got 2 sweater quantities and then various single skeins that we just, it was so much, that festival is so much fun because the dyers are typically unknown. I mean, they're known in their local communities, but they're not the big national names. There are a few of the big national names, but for the most part, these are really small batch dyers who, maybe like one couple we talked to, it was their first festival.
Oh,
And,
Oh.
just really fun to talk to people and hear about their journey with their yarns, and really fun to support that kind of thing. So we had a great time doing that.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, nice.
And Flagstaff's a neat little town, and Friday night we went up early. This festival is Saturday, so we went up, spent the night Friday night, and we went to a production of Klingon Hamlet.
You haven't seen Hamlet, you've seen it in
Klingon
the
Hamlet,
original
of course,
Klingon.
it just says that
Lost the words.
Shakespeare really was from the planet Klingon, and that story is really an Klingon legend, and it was very, very close to the real Hamlet. All the important speeches, the ones you memorized when you were in high school, they're all exactly the same, word for word. The three of us, sat there mouthing along, as did everyone else in it was a small audience, as you can imagine. But I don't know how y'all feel about Olivia, but I have never liked Olivia. It just was like, get a spine, lady. They didn't change the story. Olivia still dies, but she had a spine. It was good. My daughter and I walked out and looked at each other and said, "We like that, Olivia."
That's fun. Years ago, I went into a French restaurant in Flagstaff. I went into a French restaurant in Flagstaff years ago.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
we went to a new restaurant that has a James Beard chef. Oh my God, that was good.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Good for you.
Called Atria. Yeah, Flagstaff has just enough of the university presence to support some very nice restaurants. And, not quite like New York, obviously, or Dallas or any of the other big names, Chicago, but what they have is very good.
Yeah. My sister and I finished up our H&H as quickly as we could so we could spend our 2 remaining evenings and afternoon in Chicago doing a mini James Beard tour.
Yeah. Well, if you find yourself in Flagstaff, which you probably won't, but Atria, A-T-R-I-A was the name of this place.
Yeah. More than one atrium?
Yes.
Yeah. That's funny.
And its sister restaurant, Ventricles.
I know. Well, who knows why they named the ways they do it. It didn't seem to us to be connected, but we didn't ask.
Was there an atrium?
Not really.
So there certainly weren't 2.
No.
Or more.
There was a little tiny outside, I don't know what you'd call it, because it was right on the street, kind of the sidewalk barred off, and they had a few tables. We ate inside.
I'm being silly because, of course, in English, 0 is grammatically plural.
Yes.
So there were 0 atria. It makes sense.
Yeah, there were.
Right. Mystery solved.
So who has something to show us?
To tell you that I'm thinking about for my Phrancko sweater knitted with intarsia, something really not just a square or something like that. So I'm thinking about that. So I'm finishing a few things like this. This is from Custom Magazine, from Tonya Lyons. It's a tuck stitch. It's like a cow.
Oh boy!
Oh, that's pretty.
I guess it's something like that. I think I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just to do it because it was very, very interesting. Very interesting the stitch.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So much texture. It's really
easier
lovely.
than you can think. It's easier and really interesting.
Bye-bye.
I like that.
What is the stitch called?
Oh.
What is the stitch called?
Tuck stitch. Tuck stitch.
Oh, tuck stitch.
Tuck stitch.
Yeah.
I guess there's a lot of different tuck stitch, no?
I think
it's easier than you can think, and it's very interesting.
And you're thinking of doing a Phrancko sweater with that stitch?
With intarsia. No,
Oh,
this is
not that. Oh, okay.
but
And
nothing, just two colors, perhaps something. Well, I'm thinking, and just to swatch. What do you
and
think?
are you
A good
familiar
idea?
with working intarsia in the round?
Not in the round, but I know your videos, of course.
Yes.
No, I've knitted intarsia flat, really complicated things, and now I think it's going to be a really good time to learn intarsia in the round.
Well,
But just nothing really difficult.
People get very confused about it, but I hope my videos will help you resolve.
No, I've watched it but more than once. No, I know you watched it.
Thank you for sharing.
Frank, don't you have two patterns in cast on that are intarsia in the round?
Yes.
I can think of, oh yes, the butterfly
sweater.
sweater, transition sweater
Yeah.
was intarsia in the round.
Ah,
And before
Yeah.
that was just the simple, I think I called it the pied sweater, or the one that's four different colors with block of slash and
Right, with
block
kind of a
and just
color
four
block
different
or
colors.
Mm.
I did that one first because the intarsia was simpler. And then once I had accomplished that, I thought, oh, let me try something a little more complicated. So I did the sweater with butterfly.
big butterfly.
It's like
Yeah.
I might have chosen more than bit off more than I can chew, I thought for a while. But I did it and it worked. And it's probably the most difficult sweater I've produced and one of the most beautiful. So I have to say it was worth it.
Well, I can report. You might have noticed on the notes, I found my red yarn.
Good.
Yes. I saw you'd found it.
Yeah. Say
Where
thank you.
was it?
It's in my organized clutter of when I opened up the bin where it was in, I went, oh, thank goodness. Because I have it somewhere, right? But anyway, so I finished.
Oh,
Oh, that
Oh,
lace
lovely.
nice.
is beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so I'll be blocking it
Oh.
week or two, something like that. And the bind off was a flat chain end, which turned out great. It kind of moves with it seems like the edging kind of undulates a little bit
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
with it.
Yeah.
And I've got the neckline done. And I put the same bind off on it as well. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to have, I don't picked up the right amount of stitches. That remains to be seen. But I just have to do the armholes, and I went ahead and wove in most of my ends before.
Oh, very good.
Happy about this. This is a combination of two patterns, which next time I'll tell you what they are. And it worked out well. So yay for red yarn. What about, oh, are you going to talk about yours?
No.
Okay. Some character development, right?
As you know,
self-actualization.
Self-actualization.
Yeah.
I realized that I'm compulsive. Realized that I like perfection. And so I had to decide if I wanted perfection or if I wanted to really work on the sweater. So my daughter told me to stop. She just said, stop and work on the sweater. And if it's not perfect, that's okay. And that's hard for me because I realized what other people saw in me. I guess I didn't want to accept. But so I am working on the sweater. I am trying not to go in and pick out all the things that I see in it and trying to enjoy the process. So I said it.
Yes.
Yes, I am compulsive. My name is Rendell and I'm compulsive.
Something I hold as important in all of my works across my life is the important philosophy that perfect is the enemy of done.
Yes, that's true.
You may have one or the other.
And accept that.
Yeah. But I told her anytime she wants to start over, I will support her decision. Her job, I will support it. It is hard to look at. Oh, that's another thing we practiced was complimenting our knitting without doing it in a backhanded manner. Like I can live with it. You know, that's not a compliment to your knit.
It was at the time.
We said you can wear it with joy. That's what. You knew it was so hard to be a knitter, right?
Yeah, right.
So we get some knitting done. We get more introspection. We have a lot of introspection. She's a finisher, and I'm just a starter. I just start. I don't have to finish them.
Oh, I do.
So, because Rendell is my friend, I'm finishing them.
All right.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Good habit too.
That's all you're knitting.
Yeah.
What'd Tim say?
I think there's a whole book dedicated to mindful knitting. I think it's called Mindful Knitting.
Oh.
There's also one for mindful crochet.
Mm.
You might enjoy that. I'll see if I can find who it's by.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a book for knitting while in denial and repeating comfortable patterns in your life? Or codependent knitting for you and your partner you should have left. There's a whole realm of self-help knitting that you could.
Yes.
I guess it's good that I'm busy at the yarn store.
Mindful Knitting by Chloe Elizabeth Birch.
Birch. Okay.
Chloe Birch.
Yeah. I got a birch. Like the tree. Yeah.
It's mindful.
Well, how's your sweater, Ron?
It didn't get much attention this week, so I am just getting into the underarm increases. And I had to think a lot about, because there is all let's see, here's a lace panel. The lace panel has this bit of lace in the middle and then these large open holes. So looking at, I've got to do, I think 14 rows of arm increases. So plotting out how I'm going to do those when they intersect with the large holes and this basic lace has been something I've been a puzzle I've been solving in my brain slowly as I inch up to it. But I've got 2 more rows before it's time to increase every row. So hopefully I'll have some information about that next time. Tim, do you have anything? Never mind Tim's appearance. He had an accident with his beard trimmer.
Oh.
This bag.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty. Nice.
Knitted or crocheted?
Crocheted. I finished my knitted bag. You guys saw that, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I like that one. That's pretty.
That's nice.
And what yarn is that?
This is
cotton.
Just coastal cotton.
Uh-huh.
Oh, great.
Did you write on yourself, Ron?
No, I scratched myself in my sleep like a baby.
Oh.
Son, did you receive your package?
Not yet.
Oh,
It's across the country, so
oh yeah, you're elsewhere.
yeah. So probably next week.
Hooray.
And I'll show it to you guys. Really fun.
I will say, Bob and I were talking about my knitting or something, or I was showing him the red vest I was knitting, and I always make him, he has to touch everything I'm knitting. I mean, because I ask him to, not because he's.
He is required to touch everything you're doing.
Do you have anything on the needles for me? And I go, I think so, but I did buy you yarn. Yeah, remember I bought you some black yarn the other day. He goes, oh, okay. I said, no, I don't think I have anything on the needles for you. Because he goes, who is that for? It's not for you. So right now I'm starting something for him.
Yeah, I think I learned this week that this sweater I just showed is actually going to be Andrew's. I thought it was going to be mine,
Right choice.
but when he said it was the most beautiful sweater he thought I'd ever done, I have to give it to him.
Yeah.
I think he knows you.
But Frank, is he going to wear it though?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
well, that's a good question. But no, actually, he does wear my sweaters. It's the socks that I've made for him that he refuses to wear.
Oh, okay.
He worries that he'll wear them out. Well,
Okay.
well, so they sit in the drawer unused.
Oh gosh.
It's kind of the point with socks.
Yeah.
Wear them out.
I guess you don't wear the same size shoe.
No, they would fit either of us, but we have mine and his. Same with the sweaters for the most part. Yeah, in
I
fact,
love wearing knit socks.
yeah. Oh, well, we're getting near the end of the hour. Anybody else have something they want to show or ask?
Well, I'm at my second sleeve, almost done, so very good. I decided to make it short sleeves.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I can
That's
get more
nice.
use
Yay.
out of it. So very good. And here's my lovely pot holder is I'm knitting a back so I can cover up although the mosaic's not bad, but this is not thick enough either. So I'm just joining it as I'm knitting, every row, pick up a stitch and knit it together. So
It looks really nice.
Yeah.
I think about it every time you're spotlit, every time you're big. I love your ceiling.
Yeah, this is a New Mexico thing
Yeah.
here. Yeah,
Not
it's
an
really
hatch
cool.
chilies, right?
Right, that's south of here, right? Can you eat them? We can't
Yeah.
eat them, but can you? Yeah.
Love them. I think about it every time and then don't say anything. So it's so pretty.
It is pretty. The landlord did all this work. He's so amazing. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
He's incredible. Yeah.
Now,
Very
Meg,
talented guy.
did you make your own top as well?
Yes. This is a modified Sonia Phillip.
Yes.
She's really a basic sewer. I mean, I sew, so just to do something fun, different, easy, very easy.
Yes.
It's a t-shirt, but I just cut it down the middle and you have to shrink the neck a little bit to make it not so big.
It's very attractive. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who else has a compliment for Maggie?
You guys are so sweet. I love you guys.
No, you deserve it. For the good thing.
Well, how much time is there? What are you working on, Sung?
Oh, I'm gonna make a muscle bra hat.
Oh, yeah.
For
Yeah,
for my grandson.
Uh-huh.
And I think
Nice.
come out really cute. But my Phrancko, I'm also add a sleeve.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh,
So you've
good.
got one done.
yep, one done, and then
Yay.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
yeah.
And who's
So
that for?
it's for my husband,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna try to convince him to model it when it's done, but I don't know if he's going to.
So what have you done? Is there a stitching down the side that you've done something different?
Oh yes, I did the slip stitch to
What little design?
the
Yeah.
side, so that
I
it
like
looks.
that.
I
Yeah.
love that.
I like this one better than the pearl stitch.
Yeah.
That you could do. Pearl stitch just didn't look right, so I did the slip stitch.
Uh-huh.
I-
Yeah, that's
I
great.
love it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love
That's
that.
nice. That's
Yeah.
very nice.
yeah. So
Is that the same idea that Elizabeth Zimmerman has about dropping she drops the
Yes.
stitch all the way down the side?
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And does that help with structure to give it like a faux seam?
Right, and also prevents it from twisting if your yarn has. Yeah, so it's good.
Okay.
I love the look.
And you just slipped every other row, did you? Slipped a stitch?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Instead of dropping it down as I was knitting it. Yep. I just
Yeah.
slipped every other row.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I was afraid that it was
Interesting.
gonna bunch up, but it really didn't.
No.
No, worked out great.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I'm doing that on Andy's Phrancko sweater, and it's cool how those stitches just start blending in with their companion stitches on either side. It's not dramatic. It's really
Yeah, it's right. It's subtle.
mhm.
Yeah, but you notice it though.
Yes, you notice it, but it doesn't jump.
No.
Well, I think it's about time for us to end for another week. And thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
It's really
Thank you.
wonderful
Thank
to
you.
spend time with you
Bye,
again.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.